All right. Good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus a 5 spots, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man and homie, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most, misunderstood, lonely nomad, of course, Queens, New York native, who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. Yes, you're now rocking, listening, streaming, and watching the 88th episode of the Sports Edition show, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. And of course, in case you didn't know, um, I created a podcast page on Bluesky Social. Be sure to follow that. Be sure to follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show on Blue Sky Social. If you don't have Blue Sky Social, you can download it onto your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops, including Apple Mac and Dell laptops. All right. If you are new to the YouTube space, please be sure to go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the sports YouTube channel page so you can get more video episode podcast live stream recordings. Now, in case you miss any of the episodes, please feel free to catch up on all the episodes that you missed that's already been previously dropped. Leave a like and a comment and tell me how you feel about the sports topics in each of these episodes, all right? And yeah, so I want to start off with this actually. This is pertaining to a former Met. Who you may know, Joey Lucchesi, right? He is with the Giants. So, without further ado, let's go to the quick side bleacher bar to break this down right here, right now. All right. Let's break down what went down with Joey Lucchesi, shall we? Okay, and this is according to the folks from Sports Illustrated. The San Francisco Giants have added some depth to their starting rotation options. As first reported by Jon Heyman of the New York Post, the Giants have agreed to terms on a one-year deal for former New York Mets left-handed starting pitcher Joey Lucchesi. The deal is a minor league contract which includes an invitation to big league spring training along with a $1.5 million bonus if he does make the MLB roster. Lucchesi has spent the last 4 seasons with the Mets after a trade with the San Diego Padres prior to the 2021 season saw him dealt to New York. After making 11 appearances and 8 starts in 2021, he did not pitch in the 2022 campaign following Tommy John surgery. He began 2023 in AAA Syracuse before, ironically, made his return against the Giants early on in the season, where he pitched a 7-inning gem. allowing just 4 hits and no runs with 9 strikeouts. Over 9 starts and 46.2 innings pitched with New York that year. Lucchesi logged an impressive 4-0 record with a 2.89 ERA. 2024 was not nearly as successful, however. He made just 2 starts for the Mets after being sent down following a rough outing back in May. He started the final regular season game of the year for New York and had a nice showing in 6 innings of one run ball. Originally drafted by the Padres in the 4th round of the 2016 MLB draft, Lucchesi made his MLB debut for San Diego 2018 and has made 81 appearances, including 77 starts over the course of his career. The numbers for excuse me. The numbers for the 31-year-old lefty are not too shabby, with a 4.10 ERA, 1.280 WHIP, and 388 strikeouts. Damn, not too shabby, huh? That doesn't sound all that great, does it? Hang on. Go! All right. All right, let's continue. In a righty heavy, so Lucchesi could have a real chance to earn a spot in the rotation if he can impress during spring training. Not only would it be a nice payday for the veteran, but if he can be the version of himself he was for New York in 2023, he has the chance to be a tremendous boost to this rotation, which has some nice pieces, but questionable depth with a reliance on young talent. Keep an eye on Lucchesi throughout the spring as someone who could be on the 40-man roster bubble and potentially join the rotation if he plays his cards right. All right. Let's see. Let's let's see. All right, let's go into hang on a minute. Hang on 1 second here. All right. Also a former Met. Let's go to Julio Tehran. All right. So after just one start and 8 outs, the Mets have designated Julio Tehran for assignment. In his place, Dave called up reliever Daniel Nunez, who will make his MLB debut over the coming days. The team had given Tehran a $2.5 million deal just last week once Tyler McGill went on the injured list. Okay. Um, all right. All right. So the contract was confusing, given Tehran was not a viable long term for the rotation. But his contract seems to have a clause where he'll earn $150,000 if he's in the minor leagues. The deal is non-guaranteed, meaning Tehran will be paid the prorated amount for his one start, about $54,000. Wow. To address the need for fresh arms, the Mets call up Nunez, a 27-year-old who transitioned to be a reliever after 2021 Tommy John surgery. He was with the Giants organization after being selected in the Rule 5 draft the offseason before. He's tossed 3.1 scoreless innings for Syracuse so far this season and spent the latter half of 2023 at AAA 2. Nunez throws in the upper 90s, hit 99 in last outing. He last pitched on Saturday for Syracuse with 4 strikeouts and 2 scoreless innings. Tehran's DFA opens up the door for Jose Butto to potentially start on Saturday. Butto can be recalled without an injury reason or as the extra man in a doubleheader, which took place April 12th of 2024. Butto allowed 1 run in 6 innings in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Tigers last week. Okay. All right. Let's go to wait a second. All right, let's go right here actually. Another former Met who's no longer with the organization is Alex Young. All right, so the Reds have signed Alex Young to a minor league deal with a spring training invite, according to Jon Heyman of MLB Network. Young spent all of 2023 with the Reds and pitched in 3 games in 2024 before being traded to the Giants for Austin Slater. The left-hander had a 3.67 ERA in 63 games for the Reds in 2023. He ended the 2024 season with the Mets and had a 3.29 ERA over 14 games. Wow. So that's pretty much it for Alex Young. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. So all right, well we have hold on a second. We're gonna go to hold on a second here. Who is it? Yes, Kevin. Yes, Kevin. Get. All right, so here we go. So the New York Mets are adding more bullpen depth to their organization. On Monday, the Mets claimed right-handed relief pitcher Kevin Herget from the Milwaukee Brewers, according to MLB insider Robert Murray, a fan cited. Herget made 7 appearances for the Brewers in 2024, posting a 1.59 ERA, a 0.79 WHIP, 1 save, and 9 strikeouts across 11.1 big league innings. The 33-year-old spent the majority of his campaign with the Brewers' AAA affiliate, the Nashville Sounds, where he went 5-1 with a 2.27 ERA, 0.94 WHIP, 4 saves, and 59 strikeouts in 47.1 innings. The New Jersey native did not make his MLB debut until 2022, which came with the Tampa Bay Rays. The veteran righty holds just 42.2 big league innings in his career, producing a 4.64 ERA. He has appeared with Tampa, the Cincinnati Reds, and Milwaukee across the past 3 seasons since first being called up. Herget mostly relies on using a 4-seam changeup combination, which saw some success last season in the majors. Despite being a small sample size, opposing hitters produced a 133 batting average against his 4-seamer and hit 167 off his changeup per Baseball Savant. The Mets are likely to see a significant amount of turnover in their bullpen as Ryan Stanek, Phil Maton, Brooks Raley, Drew Smith, and Adam Ottavino are all set to hit free agency, which they are right now. Actually, I don't think you're gonna see Brooks Raley anytime soon because of that because of that injury that he has, and he's probably going to be done. Drew Smith's probably going to be done for the season. Bringing in Herget, who could compete for a spot in the big league pen, provides depth at the upper levels of the minor leagues. Mets president of baseball operations, David Stearns, was the top baseball decision maker in Milwaukee from 2015 to 2022. Last offseason, he acquired righty pitcher Adrian Hauser and outfielder Tyrone Taylor from the Brewers. Although Hauser didn't work out, Taylor became a vital piece for a Mets team that fell 2 wins shy of winning the NL pennant. New York also knocked the Brewers out in the NL wildcard round in 3 games. The Mets will be hoping to find some success out of Herget as a valuable depth piece. All right, let's see what else. Oh, let's talk about this one, man. This one right here was really fucking uncalled for right there. And according to the folks from Sports Illustrated. So here's what's happening here. MLB Network insider Jon Heyman hung up in the middle of a radio appearance that suddenly escalated Friday night while discussing the latest developments of Juan Soto's free agency journey. Appearing on Keith McPherson's show on WFAN, Heyman's tone suddenly shifted when the host brought up his most infamous mistake. The insider post to X, formerly Twitter, in December 2022 that Arson Judge was signing with the San Francisco Giants. By the way, I won't be going on with you again. This whole thing has been a disaster, Heyman said. I can't even believe you said that to question my integrity. Serious. I know you are not a journalist. You don't know anything about this. I know you don't, but that's an outrageous comment. I'm done with you and I'm done with WFAN. Goodbye. I can't even believe it. Wow. That shit was so fucking uncalled for right there, folks. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Don't even get me started with the um whole thing with S and Y. Um don't even get me started. It's just beyond ridiculous here. Um oh Lord. Um One moment, folks. Okay. Yeah, that was foul on what McPherson did. That was foul.
Go!
Aaron Judge, of course, ended up signing a 9-year deal worth $360 million with the New York Yankees later that month. I think the reason that got such play is because people believe everything I tweet. Heyman said before the interview took a turn for the worst. That's 100,000 tweets, and you get one that was wrong, and it did say appears, and I know I rushed it, and it was a big mistake. McPherson also jokingly said during the interview that Heyman was a part of Boris' core, inferring that the insider is on renowned MLB agent Scott Boris's payroll. That interview did not go well. Did not go well. And whether Soto makes his decision in free agency, don't expect to see Heyman joining that WFAN airwaves in New York. Okay, before I continue this, I want to say something about this shit though, man. That was one of the bogus foul moves that Kevin McPherson has ever made. If you're doing an interview with somebody that's been in the business for years, right? Why the hell would you pull a stunt like that though, man? And you wonder why. And then you wonder why this guy, is getting a lot of heat off of that shit. Like that's really fucked up though, man. You know what I'm saying? That's really fucked up. Like it wasn't even it was uncalled for and it wasn't even appropriate. So that that's just messed up right there. You know what I'm saying? Um that's just messed up. That is messed up though, you know what I'm saying? Um yeah, that was so corny right there. Um all right, let's go to yeah, wait a second. Let's see what else can we talk about here. I know it has something with hang on one second here. All right. All right. Another prospect that the Mets was eyeing on is Jonathan Santucci, another left-hander. Of course, he was acquired in 2024 during the MLB draft, second round, and excuse me. Okay. Jonathan Santucci comes from an athletic family. His father, Stephen, attended Assumption College. I didn't know that was a thing. Assumption College? I didn't know that was a thing, man. Oh man. Assumption College. Oh wow. Um wow. Assumption College. That's weird and funny actually. Assumption College and played and played. Hold on. Oh man, and played baseball there from 1981 to 1993. And his cousin Nick is currently attending Rollins College, where he also plays baseball. Jonathan Phillips Academy in Andover, Massachusetts, where he hit 322 over the course of his 3-year varsity career and showed a great deal of promise on the mound. One of the highest regarded prospects in the state of Massachusetts. He went undrafted in the 2021 MLB draft and honored his commitment to Duke University. Um, Santucci appeared in 20 games in his freshman season, starting as a middle reliever, but eventually transitioning and establishing himself as a weekend starting pitcher, as the months went on. On the season, the left-handed posted a 4.17 ERA in 41.0 innings, allowing 32 hits, walking 20, and striking out 58. He played in the Cape Cod Baseball League that summer, posting a 3.65 ERA for the Mariners in 24.2 innings, with 20 hits allowed, 10 walks, and 28 strikeouts. He wasn't able to keep that momentum going in 2023 as an elbow injury limited the amount of time he was able to spend on the mound. The Southpaw started 7 games for the Blue Devils before having his season end prematurely in March due to bone chips in his elbow. 4.30 ERA and 29.1 innings, allowing 27 hits, walking 16, and striking out 50. Um, hmm. Okay. The left-hander underwent surgery in which a screw was inserted into his alley crenin, the bony hinge tip of the elbow, to allow the bone to fuse back together, and returned in February 2024, almost a full calendar year from the last time he stepped on the mound. He made up for lost time, throwing 17 scoreless innings to begin his season, scattering 10 hits, walking 7, and striking out 31. He eventually came back to earth and ended up struggling some for the rest of the season, throwing 6 innings just once and allowing at least one earned run in every single start he made until the end of April. In mid May, just prior to a game against Georgia Tech, Santucci sustained a rib injury on his non throwing side. He was originally expected to only miss a week or two. But the left handed ended up missing roughly a month. He returned to the mound in the NCAA regionals, throwing 2 innings against Oral Roberts University on June 1st. But with Duke's elimination, did not return to the mound again in 2024. All in all, he posted a 3.41 ERA in 58.0 innings, allowing 40 hits, walking 36, and striking out 90. The Mets selected the Southpaw in the second round of the 2024 MLB draft and signed him for $2,031,700, the exact slot value of the 46th overall pick. Hmm. Oh. Hold on, folks. Um. Hold on. He was assigned to the FCL Mets in early August as a roster formality, but did not pitch for them. The 6'2", 205-pound Santucci has a solid frame for pitching. The left-hander throws from a low three-quarters arm slot, almost exclusively working from the stretch, incorporating a leg kick and long arm action through the back. His fastball sits in the low to mid 90s, reportedly topping out as high as 97 miles per hour. While the velocity of the pitch is not overwhelming, it comes at batters from a flat approach angle due to his arm slot and is especially effective up in the zone and above it. He complements it with a slider and a changeup, both of which grade as above average pitches. The slider sits in the mid 80s and has tight two-plane gyroscopic break. He is able to throw the pitch effectively to both sides of the strike against fellow left-handers and right-handed batters. His changeup sits in the mid 80s and features onside fade and vertical tumble. Santucci does not use the pitch much currently, generally mixing it in only a handful of times in the game, and almost always against right-handed batters the second or third time through the order. The southpaw rarely telegraphs the pitch, throwing it with the same arm speed and slot as his fastball, but he sometimes struggles to command the pitch. The left-hander has never had particularly great control and command in general, and may never be particularly efficient pitcher running unnecessarily high pitch counts. He may never be the healthiest pitcher either. While his 2024 rib injury seemingly was random, the elbow issue he sustained and had surgery to fix in 2023 may have a recurring impact on his career going forward if it has not fully healed properly and the joint structurally sound. Ooh. Okay, let's see. This is interesting. Okay. Okay, top 25 2025 Mets top prospect list. So, let me see. Wait. Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah. So this is crazy and interesting. I didn't even think about this. I'll get back to it. Okay. All right. I want to go to the City Connect jerseys. So obviously in 2024 they got the New York Mets got some new colorful new jerseys, which is the City Connects. So we'll talk about that right here. We'll talk about that right here. And you know, how some Mets fans actually feel about that. Actually, it's interesting because it's like dark gray and it has um let me just grab the information right here. So this took place on April 19th, 2024. The New York Mets today introduced their highly anticipated on all fronts. The uniform honors everything about New York City that makes it the world city, the trains that connect our fans, the bridges that bring our boroughs together, and the concrete that serves as the steady heartbeat of the city's grit and grind. Um, hold on. Our new City Connect uniforms are in homage to everything that makes NYC the greatest city in the world. We wanted to honor different parts of the city that connect to our home in Queens, said Mets Chief Marketing Officer Andy Goldberg. From the bridges to the trains to the streets, Mets fans across New York and can wear this streetwear style look with pride. When taking a closer look at the design of the jersey and cap, there are several unique design elements, nodding to the passion of our fans while presenting a distinct New York style, including movement. New Yorkers have a choice to make local or express. The circles and diamonds that make up the NYC subway system form the pinstripes on the jersey. The token, the sleeve patch, is a nod to our past, taking its cue from the New York City the New York subway token. One fare to take you everywhere. And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. The 7 line. In the city's most diverse borough, there is one train that represents all New Yorkers equally and brings you to our home. We weave purple throughout this uniform as an homage to the ultimate connector, the 7 line. Diversity. Diversity. Queens is known as the world's borough. In a city that feels like a world of its own, we own the name, the world city. Connection. In a city connected by bridges, there is one that is notably Queens. We honor the trusses of the majestic Queensboro Bridge across the front of our cap, on our jersey, and on our pants. The map. Nothing connects New York like the subway in behind the concrete of the underbill, like the subway under our streets, with its colors twisted on a map. The iconic New York City train, aka NYC train lines, are now tucked in your mind. To launch City Connect in a truly New York way, the Mets enlisted some help from an array of New Yorkers to lean into the if you know moniker, but with a New York twist. With BMX legend Nigel Sylvester, music producer Large Professor, artist Future 2000, New York jeweler Greg Una, influencer J.K. Cho, and actor and writer Anthony Ramos, all who can be seen in the hype video here. Um, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy though. And if you want to check out the City Connects, you can go to the Mets team store, which will have the largest assortment of merchandise. Mets online store, MLBshop.com, Nike.com, Nike retail stores, and MLB store in NYC. After this on sale, period. Products will be available at additional retail stores. So if you haven't had a chance, go check it out. I'm wondering if there's going to be another City Connect for for the New York Mets in the future. Hopefully, hopefully next time. So we'll see what happens here, man. That remains to be seen. Hold on 1 second. The New York Mets regular season finale delivered plenty of surprises, capped by 3 lead changes in the final 2 innings of a dramatic Game 1 victory that secured their postseason berth. With the playoffs beginning just 1 day after Monday's doubleheader, the twists are far from over. On Tuesday morning, um, the club revealed its postseason roster ahead of Game 1 in the wild card series against the Milwaukee Brewers at American Family Field. With right-hander Tyler McGill having thrown 100 pitches on Monday, he is unlikely to be ready for a potential Game 3 on Thursday. As a result, the team opted to include right-hander Max Kranick, who has not pitched in the major league game since May 11, 2022. Kranick, age 27, was claimed off waivers rather from the Pittsburgh Pirates in January, joining the team he grew up rooting for in Jessup, Pennsylvania, just outside of Scranton. In the spring, he told reporters his family had season tickets to Shea Stadium during his childhood. He spent the entire regular season with AAA Syracuse after a hamstring strain in spring training cost him a chance to land an opening day roster spot. Kranick was booted off the 40-man roster after being designated for assignment in May, but remained with the organization after clearing waivers. Though the former 11th round has 9 career MLB starts, he worked primarily in relief for Syracuse this season. Across 41 AAA appearances, 4 starts, Kranick posted a 3.57 and 1.22 whip, striking out 53 and walking 20 over 63 innings. He relies on a mid-90s fastball, an 85 miles per hour slider, and an upper 70s curveball. Kranick adds depth to the Mets bullpen as a multi-inning option. If he takes the mound during the series, it would be a rare instance of a player making his team debut in the postseason. Um, this is a little bit of a recap, folks. Been saving this topic for quite some time now. McGill, who will miss the chance to face his brother Trevor in this series, is an option for the Mets in the NLDS and beyond, should they advance. Also left off the roster, trimmed from 28 players to 26, are Eddie Alvarez, ineligible for the postseason since he was of September, and Joey Lucchesi, who is with the San Francisco Giants, which we talked about, who impressed in Monday's doubleheader finale. The Mets designated Alvarez for assignment to clear room on the 40-man roster for Kranick. All right, so there you go with Max Kranick, and let me see what else. What else I got to talk about here? Let me see. Let me make sure I don't miss out on anything. Let's see. Let's see. Jose Butto is not going. Yes. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I don't miss out on anything. Jose Butto. Hold on a second. All right. David Wright is getting his number retired. So here's what's going on here. So after David Wright received word that the Mets would retire his uniform number 5 and induct him into the team's Hall of Fame on July 19th at Citi Field, the first congratulatory text came from Keith Hernandez, another Mets legend who received the same honors. Hernandez said Wright deserves his big moment because the latter represented more than did on the field, which was plenty. He hit 242 home runs, 242 home runs, and compiled 49.2 wins above replacement of over a 14-year career in New York. He is a stand-up guy. He had a good upbringing, and it reflects on him as an individual, Hernandez said. Not only was he really the leader of the ball clubs that he set an example on and off the field. His charitable work goes without saying. He is just really a stalwart guy. Yeah, I know everybody probably may not forget, but May 19th, 2006, as the Mets looked to vault past the Yankees in terms of popularity, Wright did his part with a walk-off single in the Subway Series, blasting a Mariano Rivera cutter to the center field fence. The Mets won 7-6. Former closer Billy Wagner played parts of 4 seasons with Wright from 2006 to 2009. Wright was named the captain of the Mets in 2013, but according to Wagner, Wright was the leader of the team as far back as '06. He was the guy that answered all the questions. He was our captain. He was the captain from when I arrived, Wagner said. He was very young, but he just held himself in a very mature manner. He was the one that answered all the tough questions. If David wasn't injured, he we are talking about him as a first ballot Hall of Famer. A guy like David comes to an organization every once in a while, being homegrown. I think it's special. Um David Wright had a 7-year run with the Mets from 2008 to 15 and learned how to become a big leaguer by watching Wright. Beyond the on the field play, David taught me how to be a selfless teammate and care about the person next to me, Murphy said. David is only 2 years older than me. I looked up to David. He was this veteran, and he absolutely was. I could I could have played high school against this guy, and he already took over the league. I looked at him in awe at what he was able to do, and I tried to steal from him. Oh boy. And let me see. Hold on 1 second here, folks. Come on. And by the way, he was on Jay Horowitz podcast when he interviewed. Y'all could check that out on the New York Mets YouTube channel page. All right. So let me see. There you go, right there. Yeah, so congratulations is in order. Keep a lookout for the date of July 19th at Citi Field, which is this summer coming up. And there you go. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second here. Oh no. I did get that part though. So yeah, there you go right there. Congratulations to David Wright, man. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise for David Wright. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Let me make sure that all right, let me see. Let's see. Let me see. Um yes, Reid Foley. I forgot about that too. Wait. Reid Foley. Let me see. Reid Foley. Oh boy. Um Um, Reid Foley actually. Wait a second. What did I do with that? Okay. Okay, Reid Foley. Hold on one second. Yes, so Reid Foley returns to the Mets. So the Mets and right-handed pitcher Reid Foley agreed on a one-year contract to avoid arbitration. The team confirmed Friday. New York also said in the announcement that it opted not to tender contracts for the right-hander Grant Hartwick, um, outfielder Alex Ramirez, and left-hander Alex Young. All the other Mets players are signed for 2025 or will be tendered a contract, the Mets said. Reid Foley, age 29, pitched to a 1.66 ERA and 1.25 whip in 23 games on the 2024 season. With the Mets since 2021, he has a 3.75 ERA and 1.37 whip in 50 games for New York. The Mets originally acquired Reid Foley in a January 2021 trade that sent left-hander Steven Matz to the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, let's see. Let's see what else. What else? Um. Okay, so Jose Butto, yes. And let me see. So, okay, so the New York Mets manager Carlos Mendoza said right-hander Jose Butto will be sticking in the starting rotation until Corey Singer or Tyler McGill return after his dominating performance against the Kansas City Royals over the weekend. He's not going anywhere, Mendoza said. He'll continue to get the ball. Through his first two starts in 2024, Butto has struck out 15 hitters and allowed just one run. Over his past 7 big league starts dating back to 2023, he has a 2.51 ERA and whip under 1.00 over 39 and one-third innings while fanning 43. The 26-year-old held KC to just 2 hits while tossing 6 scoreless innings on Sunday with 9 Ks, which is strikeouts, folks. And KC stands for Kansas City. Needless to say, Butto is confident right now and is going to be a popular waiver wire pickup this week. Yeah. And for those of you who may not know what went down with Profar, he's with the Atlanta Braves, unfortunately. So he's not I don't think he's going to be. Yeah. So he is with the he's with the Atlanta Braves actually. When did he sign? Let's see. Hold on. When did he sign? Hang on one second. Yeah. With the Atlanta Braves. So Jerks and Profar. Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves today signed outfielder Jerkson Profar to a 3-year major league contract worth $42 million, with the outfielder set to make $12 million in 2025 and $15 million in each of the following 2 seasons. Profar has agreed to donate 1% of his salary to the Atlanta Braves Foundation. Profile, age 31, batted 280, 380, 459 over 158 games with the San Diego Padres last season, setting career high totals in all 3 triple slash categories as well as hits. 158, runs 94, home runs 24, and RBIs 85. He started in left field for the NL All-Star team. An NL All-Star team, the first such honor of his career, and garnered his first Silver Slugger award following the season. Profile earned a 14th place finish in NL MVP voting, and his 4.3 F-WAR were most by a primary left fielder in the National League. Profile ranked in the 90th percentile or better across baseball in expected batting average. 92nd, 282 expected weighted on base average in 364, chase percentage 21.9%, and whiff percentage 90 and 17.0%. The 6'0", 184-pound native of Williamstad, Curacao, has batted 245, 331, 395 over an 11-year major league career with 111 home runs and 444 RBIs over 1,119 games. Profar has appeared defensively at every position around the diamond except for pitcher and catcher, compiling 549 games in the outfield, 499 in left, 33 in right, and 21 in center. 29 games at second, 104 at shortstop, 89 at third base, and 72 at first. A veteran of 9 postseason series, he has hit 258, 340, 292 over 27 career playoff games, including an appearance in the NLCS in 2022. Originally signed by the Texas Rangers as a non-drafted free agent in 2009. Profile was rated as the number one prospect in baseball prior to the 2013 season by Major League Baseball, Baseball America, and Baseball Prospectus. He debuted with the Rangers in 2012 and played 5 years with the club, and has also appeared with the Athletics, Padres, Athletics 2019, Padres 2020 to 2024, the Rockies 2023. To make room on the 40-man roster, Atlanta designated infielder Connor Gillespie for assignment. Oh boy, damn, that sucks, man. Damn. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yes, David Peterson. Let me get to that one right there. So there will be no arbitration drama for the 2025 Mets. The Mets on Thursday reached a 1-year contract agreements with each of the arbitration eligible players. Actually, I was gonna save this. He is non-tendered, so this is So no, nah, you know what? I'm gonna save this one, man. Let me see if there's anything else I can cover before I get up. Um, before I get up out of here, let me see. Um, let's see what's going on in New York Mets news 2020 to 2025. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I was gonna, you know what? I'm gonna save this actually, in regards to the road jerseys that the New York Mets already have. I'll save this. You know what I'm saying? I will save this. Um, okay. Okay, so let me see. This was oh boy, let me see. Okay. Where was this? Nah, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, you know what? All right, let's talk about Carlos Mendoza, man. So, in a recent phone interview with MLB.com, Mets manager Carlos Mendoza discussed a wide range of topics from Juan Soto to how good the Mets will be in 2025. Um, what's the biggest thing you learned about yourself in the first year as manager of the Mets? The biggest thing I learned was going through the tough moments, especially the way we got out of the gate and having the bad month of May. It was a matter of staying consistent, being a good communicator. It was two of the things I've learned in year one. How did you remain patient, especially early in the season? The biggest thing I noticed about you was that you never lost your temper. That's who I am. But I've been blessed that my support system off the field, my wife, kids, and parents have helped me get through those tough times. Not only my support system, but watching guys prepare day in and day out. If I know the players, coaches, and everyone in the building is doing their part and they are preparing to go out there and compete, that gives me confidence. That keeps me positive. It keeps me in check, if you want to call it that way. How do you feel about year two of the Carlos Mendoza era? I feel good. I feel really good. I love what we are doing. I'm not going to lie. The Juan Soto signing is huge for us. You are adding an impactful player to our group, which has some superstars already. Francisco Lindor was a top 3 MVP finalist. You have Brandon Nimmo. You have 2 young players in Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez. We also have Brett Beatty and Luis Angel Acuna. We made some really good additions. The offseason is not over yet. We still have a few weeks before we have to report to spring training, and a few more weeks after that before we go to Houston for opening day. We added some quality arms, some depth to our rotation. That's important. You are going to need a lot of starters. I'm excited about the group that we have currently in place. Um, you talk about the young guys like Beatty and Vientos. How confident are you that they can have an impact on the team? I'm pretty confident they have tools. Look, it hasn't been easy, especially for Beatty. Last year, he earned the opportunity and made the team out of big league camp. Things didn't go the way we were expecting. He went down to AAA. We asked him to get work around the infield, second base, and he did that. He made some adjustments offensively where he is more athletic. He is loose. We like the tools. That's what this game is all about. When you get knocked down, you have to find a way to get back up. We are pretty confident that Brett is going to do that. How is Vientos doing as far as improving his defense? Good. He's working on basic footwork. He has been working really hard at third base in order to improve on his first step. He is working on his pre pitch and his setup in order to get to more baseballs. That was the biggest priority with him this offseason. He's working out at first base, more like the basic stuff, the footwork, receive throws, and things like that. With Soto in the lineup, what will happen to Starling Marte? He is a big part of this group. He brings a lot to the table. He understands that the playing time in right field is going to be a lot less, obviously. He'll have DH at bats, and he may get some reps in left field. There are some of the conversations that we already had with him. The biggest thing is he has to be healthy, and if he is healthy, he is an impactful player. He is a big part of this team moving forward. How good is it to resign Sean Manaea for 3 more years? Huge because of who he is as a person, the impact not only on the field but off the field. This this is a guy who had a lot to do with our team chemistry. Put that with what he was able to do on the field. He was right there on top of the rotation. He took the baseball not on wood and was able to stay healthy. He was a guy you could count on every time he took the baseball. Those are the expectations moving forward. He has put in a lot of work this offseason. He is in a good spot right now. I'm excited about 2025 for Sean Manaea. I know he was your best starter last season. Is it safe to say Manaea will be your opening day starter? We have to start spring training and see where everyone is at as far as their progression and health. Right now, everyone is feeling good, but a lot can happen. But man, he is special. We'll see. Um, you have Jesse Winker back. He is another guy who brings energy to the table. How does he fit in? He brings a lot on and off the field. He competes. He wants to win. He cares about his teammates. He had a really good time with us. He really connected with our fan base. He seemed to have accepted his role as a fourth outfielder. this part about being a manager, being in communication with your players, he understood the role last year, whether it was just DH or play a little in the outfield. We took him out. We took him out for a defensive replacement. He likes winning. This is a team guy that is willing to do whatever it takes to win baseball games. Um, yeah. What is your biggest concern on what is your biggest concern going into spring training? Health. You have to keep guys healthy, not only until you get to opening day, but throughout the year. It not only concerns Carlos Mendoza, it concerns every manager, which is true. Which is true, man. You know, yeah, it is true, man. And the most important thing about playing baseball is the fact that you have to have consistency and reliability from what Chris Schubert and his friend was talking about on Believe in Mets podcast, which is a new era of Believe in the Mets podcast, originally hosted by Nick Durst, who is now on I'm Right podcast. So yeah. And that's very interesting to actually say though, man. Especially being a baseball player, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to communicate and not only have fun, but also, you know, if a player is going through something or whatever, do what you can to care for that individual. You know what I mean? I mean, everything counts. I mean, that's how I look at it though, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything counts. Um, so yeah, there you go right there, man. I want to get to I want to get to some podcast juice of the week, if I may actually. If I may actually, hold on a second. Wait. Let's see. Sports podcast. Let's go to sports podcast of the week, shall we? This yeah, sports podcast of the week, man. This is where I actually recommend some podcasts that's on streaming platforms and on YouTube. So I will gladly go over this right here, right now, on this platform right here. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. All right. So sports podcast of the week. Here we go. All right. All right. Let me get to let's go right here actually. Okay. So some sports podcasts of the week. I'm going to start off with this actually. So there's all right. So I want to actually mention something actually. Um yeah, so it's a combination of YouTube and all streaming platforms. So let me start off with you can subscribe to these YouTube channels, which includes Shay and Sons podcast, Till Mess Do His Part podcast, Subway to Shay podcast. Let's see, Empire State of Baseball podcast, Shay Station, Locked On Mets with Ryan Finkelstein, Messed Up podcast, Believe in Mets podcast, CP's True Mets Talk podcast, Meet at the Apple New York Mets podcast, Future to Flushing. You have Mets Weekly, the Mets Pod, um, Mets podcast. We gotta believe the Call Up and MLB Prospect podcast, Top Bunk Sports, Cup of Mets, Subway Sports Talk, Wardy NYM, a show about the New York Mets, mostly Mets, Mets Fix, first time caller, long time listener. Um, he did this to me podcast. Um, Locked Up Sports, New York Sports Talk, Mets Therapy, Digging Weekly, and Digging Deep. Of course, non-baseball sports is Everything New York Giants podcast. You have Unapologetically Angel by Angel Reese. Um, let me see. Let me see if I missed out on anything. Let me see if I missed out on anything. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, the Triborough podcast. Make sure you subscribe over there. Um Metcast by Ray. And of course, be sure to also subscribe and listen to You Know I'm Right podcast by Nick Durst. Why am I a Mets fan? Subscribe over there, talking baseball, bourbon and baseball, and of course, be sure to subscribe to the Locked On New York Sports YouTube channel where you see the postcast of the New York Jets, the New York Mets, the Yankees, New York Giants, and also recently added the New York Knicks. Be sure to also subscribe and also listen to Locked On Sports Today podcast, which includes the NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA, and more. Foul Territory. And also subscribe to Dominant Mets Nation. And let me see what else. Oh, also don't forget to subscribe to Mets Central. Um, Mostly Mets by Jimmy Mack. And of course, Mets Daily by Jake Brown on YouTube, the new podcast that just came out, Mets Daily Podcast. Um, and of course, 3 Inning Fan Podcast with Kelly Franco. And of course, the Rico Bronya podcast with Evan Roberts. Um, let's see. What else did I forget? What else did I forget though, man? I don't well, let's see. No, I didn't forget anything else, but let me see if I forgotten anything. Hold on a second. None. Get out of here. All right, so let's see. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. So you have let me see if I actually mention um yeah, unpopular sports sports talk nation. Um be sure to go to, well, it's not really okay, so it's not really so be sure to also don't forget to check out National League Town, a Mets podcast. Be sure to check out anything not, well, anything non-Mets related is the Locked On New York Giants post, the Locked On New York Giants postcast. Be sure to check that out too on the Locked On Sports New York YouTube channel page. Foul Territory. Be sure to check that out as well. Just Baseball Show for baseball fans. And let me see if there's anything else. If there's anything else Mets related. Um like I said, Locked On Sports Today podcast, 24/7 stories in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and NCAA. Um, Ringer NBA, basketball season still on, and let's see. Yep, yep. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to the Triborough podcast as well. If I left out anything, I do apologize. I tend to forget to add on to some other sports podcasts included. I will add those to the ones I subscribe to. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to Chris Schubert and his friend on the the new era of Believe in Mets podcast. Be sure to check them out there as well. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap up here, man. I'm going to wrap up right here. So let's see. Hang on one second here. All right, we'll wrap up right here, right now, actually, with this last segment right here. I believe it's called, no, not this. Hang on one second. Yes, stream choices on the go, man. Let's do this. Like I said earlier, man, if you don't have Bluesky Social, you can also download it onto your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops, and of course, it includes Apple, Mac, and Dell laptops included. Be sure to follow. Be sure to follow the sports platform. Excellent, fun, vibrant talks podcast on Bluesky Social, alongside with Facebook, alongside Reds and Instagram, and along with the other podcast shows that I do. I am also on Bluesky Social as well. I've been meaning to actually post two episodes that I already dropped off already. So I will get to that when I get a chance. Yes. So yes, make sure you follow on Facebook. Make sure you follow my other podcast shows that's also on Facebook. Threads, which includes review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, Off the Meat Rat Chains, New York Avenue podcast, my comedy, and of course, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Um, And of course, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. It's also on Instagram as well, man. So you can't miss that. It's the same username as it is on Threads, all right? And if you go to the link in bio, you're gonna see some audio streaming platforms. Of course, don't forget to follow on Bluesky Social, and of course, you're gonna see some audio streaming platforms, including visuals in case you need to listen on the go, whether you are going to work, classes in college, and other destinations, or coming from other destinations. So you don't miss a beat. All right. So audio streaming platforms includes Audible, Odyssey, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snipped, Spotify for creators. By the way, you can also comment in the Spotify for creators app as well. So in case you didn't know, there's a way for you to comment. You can chime in on what you thought on the sports topics in this episode or any episodes whatsoever, as far as the New York Mets, and along with some other moves and some interviews that Carlos Mendoza just did recently, and we'll have more stuff to come around too. So all right, you can also follow on Tune In Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to your favorite music artists, singers, rappers, radio stations, and podcasts, including the episodes that you can listen, stream, and watch for free. Or a debit card to download iHeartRadio or any of the apps that I just mentioned. All you need to do is go ahead and follow and subscribe on every streaming platform, and that goes for YouTube. Do the same on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the sports YouTube channel page of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, so you can actually get more video episode podcast live stream recordings. Leave a like and a comment and with the sports topics. Tell me what you think about the sports topics in today's episode or any previous episodes you just missed. Of course, spread the word, tell a friend to another friend. And also be sure to share the videos. Also, another important thing, you can share the videos share the link tree link along with the podcast with your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, friends, the people you're cool with from work, and also add the podcast to your playlist. And you can also make sure that you have your alerts turned on, enable alerts so you can know when each episode is going to be dropping. Of course, episodes will be dropping Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All right, so that way you'll get a notification. You'll be notified on each episode that is dropping. So, new episodes on every streaming platform, including YouTube, whenever you get to listen, stream, and watch your podcast. All right, there you go, folks. I'm about to sign off right here, man. And this has a cool episode right here, man. I'd like to say thank you for taking the time to actually listen and rocking with me. And I am your host with the most G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. I appreciate every single one of y'all who took the time and listened to the episodes, including today's episode, which is titled "The New York Mets Got Some New Colorful New Jerseys," which is dedicated to the city connects. All right. Remember, the grind is stays off. If you missed out on anything, don't forget to catch up. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. You have consistency. Consistency is very important. Also reliability is also important too. And also before I forget what I was going to say, yes, be on your P's and Q's, especially following your goals and dreams. You don't let anybody stop you from doing what you love to do creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that gets you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. And of course, there is no guidebook on following your heart, following your goals and dreams, your instincts, and of course, your path and your journey. And it's not a matter of whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And let me point out something before I get up out of here, man. I actually saw a comment 2 days ago as I was watching Jake Brown's Mets Daily podcast. One of the Mets fans had put in the comment section regarding David Stearns being called Frankie Coupons. What? What the hell? Frankie Coupons? Like, yo, what the hell, man? Yo, listen. Oh shit, that is so funny, man. Oh man. y'all are fucking relentless, man. Y'all really unfucking believable, man. You know what I mean? Yo, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Steve Cohen and David Stearns cannot waste any money on every player with the sexiest name whatsoever. Look, man, a lot of times when it comes to the off season, it's not about the fancy names, man. It's a recruitment process. And you don't want to waste money carelessly. You want to save the money smartly and wisely. You know what I'm saying? And for those who keep saying that David Stearns is cheap, man, yo, let the shit play out, man. Let it play out. You know what I'm saying? Let the shit play out. And as far as the whole Pete Alonso situation, I will actually talk about that in a future episode, man. I'm not going to have time to cover it right here. So, look, man, you can't predict the future on things. You cannot predict the future of a person who is a baseball athlete or whatever. And I know how a lot of you out there are bringing up a player's decline. I will talk about that in a future episode, actually. And I feel like a lot of times a lot of times you can't predict what's going to happen when even if it's age related, even if it's physicality, whatever it may be, man. We're not doctors, man. We're observers as New York Mets fans, man. So I just wanted to actually take the time to actually say this. It's not a matter of being cheap, man. It's about getting the best players. Doesn't matter what the sexiest name is, all right? It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is when it comes to the off-season process, it's just, to keep things simple. Keep it simple. You're not going to make and to David Stearns and Steve Cohen, you're not going to make everybody happy. It's impossible to please everybody. I think you need to actually please yourself and the accomplishments that you have done with all your missions, especially the mission of getting Juan Soto, the mission of getting other players, Jose Siri and all these other players. And yes, yes, a lot of times people suggest Luis Castillo, but he's going to cost too much money, and of course he's going to involve. It's going to involve a bunch of the prospects from the farm, and David Stearns does not want to give up the whole farm for one player, just like Corbin Burns and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Garrett Crochet. They're too much money, so spend smartly and wisely. Don't waste it on every fucking player because you're not going to please everybody and make everybody happy. All right. That's all I wanted to say right there as my food for thoughts right here. So like I said, stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for more video episodes and audio episodes for more sports topics. I would gladly touch on whatever topics I didn't get a chance to cover. I will cover it in a future episode. So don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. All right. So we are a couple of days away from spring training. The actual game starts on February the 22nd. Mark your calendars. I know the pitchers and the catchers, they have to report to spring training soon. So yeah, I will SNY and Pix 11 to watch New York Mets sports in a future episode. The dates, the times, and all that other stuff. So I will look into that. And yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend and of course y'all enjoying your off season and everything else. Stay warm as possible. Stay liquid. Be careful out there if you're going to work or any other destination, especially on the subways and stuff. Be careful out there with the slashings, the random sucker punches and attacks, subway pushings. Be careful. Stay vigilant. Take it easy. I'll see y'all next time on the flip side. And yeah. Peace. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and one love. Good night, everybody. Let me hold on a second. I've been meaning to actually say this though. Before I get up out of here. for all the people who are planning to actually start a podcast, listen, don't let anybody stop you and tell you what you can and can't do, especially if you are on YouTube to say don't call it a podcast. Well, there is no right or wrong way to actually do a podcast. Everybody has different reasons the podcast, you know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because and the reason being is because it's therapeutic. Sorry about that. It's very therapeutic, man, and it's very important to your mental health. Sorry about that. Yes, very, very, very important and very therapeutic to your mental health. So, you know what I mean? And I want to actually just say this. So, you know, I'm always here to actually inspire people and to, you know, tell you folks out there that's starting a podcast to not give up on yourselves, regardless of what happens in life, regardless of um, difficult times as far as like losses, whatever it may be, man. And also, you got to remember that sometimes laughter heals all wounds. Humor and comedy heals all wounds, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to say this. I just wanted to say this so you folks out there don't feel down. You know what I mean? Whether you are having a hard day at work, um, whether you have asshole bosses, whatever case scenario may be, man, you know, don't let that stop you from living your best life. All right. So I just wanted to take the time to actually say this before I get up out of here, man. All right. So hold on a second here. Yeah, so let's do this though, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. I also want to say if you plan to start a podcast, you're gonna need some key equipment. The key equipments that you need are headphones. You need a microphone. You also need a laptop that comes with a webcam, alongside with some headphones. The good headphones, man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the ones that I'm wearing right now. The Nintendo headphones. Actually, it could be something similar to what I have right now. You can get it at any store near you, and of course, you know, you know, depending on what topics you want to talk about, man, that's that's in your heart that you want to talk about, though, man. Especially if it's something serious, whether it's something humorous, whether it's an entertainment, music, comedy, whatever it may be, man. You know, you can't go wrong with how you express yourself. And how you express yourself is being yourself behind the microphone, man. Don't try to be like anybody else. Because it's not about being a people pleaser, folks. It's all about you. It's all about you and how you will stand out, man. Everybody has their own lane. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their lane. And you know that you don't worry about competition with other podcasters. Don't worry about competition. You just take your time and grow your shows, don't worry about SEOs and don't worry about, fancy commercial ads and stuff, man. And if you plan on getting a specific commercial ad to actually put into your podcast or whatever, make sure that it is the right one for you. Make sure that it relates to you, because you don't want to just get random sponsors that's not related to you and your experiences and what you have eaten, what you have tasted, what you have drinked, all that stuff, man. All that stuff is important, man. And I wish y'all good luck on your podcast journey. And and you know, keep going, man. Growing a community of a fan base is also important too. You may not be able to get to everybody, but don't worry. Don't worry, man. You can also give out your email and of course, have your fans email to you as far as like, the topics that's being talked about, whatever it may be, man. Whatever works for you, man. Not everybody has the same methods. All you need to do as future podcasters is complete your missions. All right? Don't worry about anybody and don't worry about the haters, okay? The most important thing is consistency, confidence, and being yourself behind the microphone while you are recording your podcast episodes, all right? I just wanted to actually put this out there, man. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm signing off right here. Peace and one love. Stay liquid. Stay vigilant when it comes to idiots pushing one another into subway tracks and everything else in between. And stay warm as possible, man. It's cold weather and stuff. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time on the flip side. Stay liquid, stay alert. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. One love. Good night. For real. Good night, everybody.